Are you looking for peace of mind at your doorstep? Look no further. With the Blink Video Doorbell, your home's entrance is always within your control. Check out the link in the video description to learn more and get your Blink Video Doorbell on Amazon. Your home is in your hands.
Shannen Doherty had some very interesting plans for her body after her death. The Beverly Hills 90210 actress has died at the age of 53 after she was first diagnosed with breast cancer 9 years ago, which eventually spread to her brain, as well as her bones. During an episode of her Let's Be Clear podcast earlier this year, she shed light on the arrangements she has put into place for her funeral and her final resting place. Speaking to close friend Chris Cortazzo, who is also the executor of her will, he asked where exactly she wanted her ashes scattered. "I haven't figured that out yet," she told him. "This is such a morbid conversation, but it's also so fun. I want to be mixed with my dog and I want it to be mixed with my dad. I do not want to be buried, I want to be cremated. I was reading about a thing where you can take your ashes and grow a tree. I have to find a place that my dad and I both really loved and it meant a lot to us." Doherty also offered her thoughts for her funeral service, insisting that she wanted the guest list kept as short as possible. "There's a lot of people that I think would show up that I don't want there," the charmed actress predicted, before laughing. "I don't want them there because their reasons for showing up aren't necessarily the best reasons. They don't really like me and they have their reasons, and good for them, but they don't actually really like me enough to show up to my funeral. But they will, because it's the politically correct thing to do and they don't want to look bad. So I want to take the pressure off them and I want my funeral to be like a love fest." She vowed that her final goodbye should be a celebration and a party, instead of an emotional ceremony. Doherty was initially diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer in 2020 and took a back seat from the public eye to focus on her health. She later made a heartbreaking announcement that it had advanced to her brain, and that she had undergone radiation treatment. 2 weeks before her death, she discussed her illness and said she felt hopeful, but also scared. "I have no idea how long I'm going to be on chemo for," she began on her podcast Let's Be Clear. Shannen Doherty's charmed co-star Rose McGowan claims dark forces tried to impact them. Shannen Doherty felt hopeful in final Instagram post 2 weeks before death to cancer. Shannen Doherty claims husband is waiting for her death to dodge spousal support. Last pictures of Shannen Doherty show her embracing life weeks before death at 53. "I have no idea if it's going to be 3 months, or if it's going to be 6 months. Or if after 3 months it's not working, if we're going to change again. That's not something that I can predict. It's not something my doctors can predict. It's scary. It's a big wake-up call. At the same time there is some positivity there, that because my molecular structure of my cancer cells changed recently, it means there's a lot more protocols for me to try. For the first time in a couple of months I feel hopeful. Because there are so many more protocols now. Whereas before I was hopeful but I was still getting prepared." More, Wiz Khalifa arrested and charged after drug use during concert in Romania. More, Bianca Censori, 29, wears smallest bikini in existence alongside husband Kanye West, 47. More, legendary fitness guru Richard Simmons dead aged 76.